What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So with the launch of Black Ops 6, you're probably trying to grind these new mastery camos. So today I'm going to show you guys the fastest ways that I have found to unlock gold camo for every single weapon available in the game. If you do find today's video helpful, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And a quick reminder, I did upload a video earlier today going over all the best settings that you should be using in Black Ops 6. But let's go ahead and let's jump into it. So the very first thing is to unlock gold, you are going to need to do a couple of challenges beforehand. The good news is you don't need to level anything up this time around. But in return, there's additional challenges that you will need to complete, and there's a total of 11 different challenges you have to do before you can do the 12th challenge, which is for gold, and then you can unlock the camo. Sounds a lot, but it's actually very straightforward and simple. So what you have to do, it's pretty much for every single gun the same, except for melee weapons, but you have to get headshots. So all these challenges are tailored towards the headshots. Two of them are going to be special, which will be unique towards the different types of weapons. Every category will have its own challenges. But for the headshots, the first thing is it starts off with the regular challenge for Grand Night. You get 5 headshot kills and you'll unlock that camo. The following one after that is for 10 headshots. You will unlock the Woodland camo. The third challenge is to unlock you Savannah, and that will be 15 headshots that you're required to get. The following challenge is for Splinter camo. Get 20 headshots. The next one is for Moss. Get 30 headshots. Then you have the Saboteur, and that is get 40 headshots. It gets a little bit better with the way that they look. Digital is at 50 headshots. Then you have Tide at 75 headshots. And the last and final one is going to be for Red Tiger at 100 headshots. The good news is they don't remake you do these headshots. So for example, when you do the first 5, they don't reset, but those headshots that you've gotten will count towards the next set. So you get another 5 and you'll be able to unlock the 10 headshot one for Woodland, and you'll be able to continue. So you really only need a total of 100 headshots per weapon in order to fully complete all these challenges. Now, the biggest tip that I can give you to do this, first, it really depends on the weapon. If you're using ARs, you can simply play regular core modes and it should work out just as fine. I would recommend that you put on a optic. The further the zoom, the easier it is to line up that headshot and get that elimination. And you'll unlock the different optic attachments while you are leveling up the weapons. In this case, I started with the XM4 because it was like one of the very first loadouts you're able to use before reaching level 4 and creating your own. So I decided to work with that. And as I leveled the weapon up, I was able to get different attachments. The attachments will help you with recoil control, but they're not mandatory. They'll just make it simpler to get these headshots. And the most important are the optics because they are actually shared. So if you unlock an attachment for the AK, they will be accessible for the XM4 and every other weapon that can have that optic on it. Anyways, another mode that I would recommend for the rest of the categories, so if you're doing SMGs, shotguns, I would highly recommend that you do strike maps. So to play these, you have to go to the Face Off Mosh Pit playlist, and these are the hectic ones, the super small maps like the remake of Nuketown, for example. That's one of my favorite ones to get headshots. It's very easy to line up your shots when people are right in your face. Usually, depending on the mode that you get in strike maps, you can average anywhere from 15 to 20 headshots per match. For example, sometimes you'll get like TDM and those end in like a couple of minutes, so you may not get as many headshots. But if you're getting modes like Domination that lasts a little bit longer, then it's very easy to complete a lot of these challenges within these matches. So you can see here from some of these clips, that's what I would recommend in terms of the headshot. You're going to have to unfortunately get used to that because every single weapon here, other than the secondaries, for example, the melee weapons, you're going to have to get headshot eliminations. But now something helpful that has actually helped me track my headshot challenges is when you pull up the scoreboard and you go on over towards the very right side, you click R1 twice, it'll take you to the weapon stats, and this will showcase what your performance is looking like during that match. And it actually tells you how many headshots you've gotten during that lobby. So that way you can personally keep track of how many headshots you've been getting and if you've actually been getting headshots in those lobbies. Once you find the rhythm that works for you, which in my case was the strike maps, you can also try hardcore, but I noticed it was very sweaty because people are hitting single shot kills on you and it's very hard for you to line up that headshot. So no point in doing that. I would just play the strike maps. But on top of this, after you complete all 9 of these challenges, 2 different challenges are going to open up. These are the special challenges. Every single camo is going to have a different challenge to do. So they're not all like just rinse and repeat, but they're going to ask you to do some simple things. What you want to do is just make sure you are aware of them. Sometimes I've noticed you can actually do them at the same exact time. So for example, if you take a look here at the AK that I went ahead and did, the first special challenge is to get 50 eliminations while the strategist combat specialty is active with the AK-74. So all I had to do was just put on all green perks and that would activate the strategist combat specialty. And then the second challenge was get 20 kills with the underbarrel launcher attached to the AK-74. So all I had to do was put that on. jump in and match any eliminations you get working towards this Vengeance Camo challenge to get the underbarrel eliminations would count towards the other version. So you're able to knock these out at the same exact time, and they're very easy and straightforward to do. Didn't really take me too long for any of the ARs so far. I haven't really gotten a chance to try out like the shotguns and SMGs. Because these challenges are tailored specifically to each weapon that you are using, they're not going to give you impossible challenges to do. And if you notice with some of these challenges, they're actually very simple and straightforward, and they don't really take too much time at all. You can probably knock both of these out within a game or two. Now, once you go ahead and complete all 11 of those challenges, you will now be able to do the 12th one, and that is going to be gold. Now, I noticed with every single weapon, the challenge is exactly the same. So they're actually keeping it based on the camo. So gold will have a particular camo challenge, and then diamond will have the same exact challenge, and they're going to continue that forward. But to get these double kills, once again, as I mentioned, strike maps are the easiest with how hectic they are. You're seeing 3 to 4 people running together at the same exact time, and the spawns are literally just a couple of feet away from the actual area of the fight. So you're probably sometimes even seeing people spawn right in front of you. So that is the best opportunity for you to get those double kills, better than playing like a core match where you'll get an elimination, you'll find one other guy, and then someone will steal your kill, and it'll just take a little bit too long. So strike maps are the way to go once again. I was also watching pro streamers, some of the ones who already have diamond camo unlocked for some weapons. They were actually taking advantage of the face-off mode as well. So I can't stress enough, play that mode if you want to complete these in the fastest way possible. Another thing that I noticed, especially for weapons with higher recoil, so if you're struggling to actually aim and get those headshots, what I would recommend that you do is actually mount. So going up to a box, the side of a wall, when you mount that, pretty much removes all recoil, and it makes it a lot easier to control your aim. So that way you can actually take your time, line up those headshots, and get those eliminations. Now, another thing that I can also recommend is that when you jump into the game, you can probably start by working with the harder weapons first, the ones that are probably going to lower your KD when you're working on them. What this is going to do is actually turn the skill-based matchmaking down and make it so that you get into easier lobbies. So when you're working on a weapon that maybe you're only getting like 10 eliminations, but you're dying like 25 times, the lobbies will start easing up on you. And then later on, when you switch to an AR or a weapon that you're really good with, you'll be able to fully get that weapon maxed out, complete all the headshots that you need before the skill-based matchmaking kicks in and puts you right back in those try-hard lobbies. But on top of this, I got a couple of extra tips. So that's everything you need to know about unlocking gold, but a couple of tips going forward, because it's very important that you need to understand if you plan on prestiging, a lot of these weapons are not going to be available for you to actually use and grind. Because say for example, there's an AR that you have to get to gold before you're able to do the diamond challenges, and you don't unlock that AR until around level 50 or level 40 something. And then when you usually get to level 55, the first thing you want to do is just instantly prestige because you're trying to race, and then automatically that will make that weapon no longer a usable weapon for you to do. So what I would recommend that you do is start off with any weapon that you want when you're in the lower levels. Once you start ranking up to say level 40, level 50, once you start getting in these areas, you want to quickly stop whatever you're doing and focus on the higher level weapons. For example, the AS Val, that's one of the weapons that it takes a little bit longer for you to unlock. So what you want to do is as soon as you unlock it the first time, you want to start working on it, and usually I notice it'll take anywhere from like 8 to 12 levels to actually get a gun gold and complete it. So it will give you a little bit of time once you're level 40 something and you start working on the AS Val. By the time you're ready to prestige, you'll have that weapon gold and you won't need to worry about it. Once you enter that prestige and you're now level 1, you can start on one of the other weapons that's unlocked automatically, and then rinse and repeat this process. So that way you're not stuck in like prestige to level 55 because you don't want to prestige and you want to complete the mastery grind. So be sure and be aware of the weapons that are just unlocked at these higher levels and focus on those first. You can also use permanent unlock tokens, but I would recommend using those only for the items that you really don't want to unlock over and over again, rather than to use them just for the gold camo. But that's all that I got for you guys in this video. If you found it informative or helpful, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If there's any other tips that you think will help other players and viewers, be sure to comment it down below and let us know. But it's been your boy Chizo, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys back on the channel again. Peace.